Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be going over a new feature in regards to Shopify Inbox. So if you do have Shopify, if you are using Shopify Inbox, if you are considering switching over to Shopify, I strongly encourage you to complete this video in its entirety. If you are wanting to switch over to Shopify and try it out, click the link down below. There is a free trial. Choose the plan that works best for you. I don't believe that you even have to choose a business name right off the bat now. I think they changed that too. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the video. So it does say on the screen, when you respond to messages in Shopify Inbox, the response and send through the original messaging service so that your customers receive replies to their original message. If a customer adds or removes a product from the cart, then the event is shown to you, the merchant, and the conversation. And it kind of shows you how to set it up and things like that. Also how to respond directly to your customers. If a customer is actively on your store, then the online indicator is displayed next to the customer's email address and the conversation list. On mobile, the online indicator is also displayed next to the customer's avatar and conversation. I'm going to keep scrolling so you can continue to kind of like glance at the screen and read about the updates and, Shopify Inbox in total. But I wanted to take a moment to explain why that is important to me, being able to see your customer's status. If someone reaches, or potential customer status, if someone reaches out to you while they're currently online browsing your website store, and let's say you're walking around the home or your phone is in your purse or in your pocket and you finally pick it up and you see that someone sent you a message. Being able to know the status of where that person is, if they're still currently on your website, what page they're on, if they added a certain product to their cart, if they're a mobile shopper, is all going to help you better tailor your recommendation and your approach. If someone already messaged me and they're no longer on my website, my message and my phrasing is going to be different than if they're on the website. The goal is to try and keep as many people on your website as you possibly can for as long as they can. Because statistically proven, the longer someone stays on your site, the higher chance of them purchasing actually, goes up, that chance increases. You don't want them to click on and hurry up and click off. And so if they're still on there, if they're still browsing, if they reached out and had a question, that's an indicator that they're really interested. And if you can take advantage of that and see when they're currently active and be able to engage in dialogue back and forth right then and there, I really believe that that's going to help secure a lot more sales. You can also share products that are available in your online store in Shopify Inbox. So, I don't think that that's a brand new feature or anything like that, because I've been doing that for a while. If someone reaches out and they have a question, they're like, hey, how do I sign up for drop shipping? For those of you that don't know, I do sell hair extensions. I have a drop shipping company, been doing it for years. And if you are looking for a hair vendor to start your own business or to have a backup vendor, I talk about why it's important to have a backup vendor on this channel. Be sure to reach out to me and I'll give you more information. But just as an example, sometimes people reach out to me and they're like, hey, how do I sign up for drop shipping? I'm able to send them the link with information and also that same link on how to purchase the drop shipping membership. You can also send an image in conversation. So you can send images to customers in Shopify Inbox, but customers can't send images to you. One way to kind of get around that is if someone's on your website and they're like, hey, I'm getting an error, I want to check out, but I can't. And you're messaging them and you're sending them screenshots of what their screen should look like, but they're not able to correlate and respond with the message showing you how their screen actually looks. What I would do and what I do currently is I ask for their phone number if I don't have it. But Shopify Inbox does a really great job of providing their email address. I have my messages set up where I'm asking for an email address. Initially, right off the bat, I'm thanking them for coming to the website. I'm asking for their email or their phone number right off the bat. That way, if I do need to send over something and we're communicating via chat and they can't send an image back to me, I can go ahead and send them an email and they can reply to that, or send them a text and they can reply. One of the reasons that I think it's really good for you to do that instead of just relying on asking them for their email or their text midway in conversation is because it kind of gets it out the way up front. And then also, sometimes when I give people my email address, they sometimes misinterpret or type it in wrong, or sometimes, they may type in my phone number, even the business line, incorrectly. I'm guilty of that as well. So, when I've gone into different stores as a customer and I've asked for an email address from a representative and they gave it to me and I'm hurrying up and typing it in my phone, and then I'm wondering why my message is saying I'm deliverable. So I think it kind of cuts down on some of that back and forth when you ask for their information up front. That way you can send them a initial email or text and they can just reply back. Conversation filters in the Shopify inbox web and mobile apps. It does mention that you can now access the desktop app. So you can close any open conversation by clicking on the open circle. This marks the conversation as closed and moves it to the closed conversations list. That's helpful just because it kind of helps you stay organized in the aspect of knowing who you've already communicated with and who you haven't already. I'm not going to kid you. Sometimes I get so many chats instead of text, or I may get more chats that day than I do emails. And I'm not memorizing everyone's name that I'm communicating with. Sometimes I remember the exact conversation if someone contacts me a few days later and asks me. But a lot of times I have to look back and rely on the information and the records that I have put down in my Shopify inbox or via email or via text. And so looking back at Shopify inbox, if they don't have an indicator that's going to show you which messages are closed or, which ones are still active, sometimes it can be really confusing and time consuming trying to go back and figure out, okay, did I reply to this person? Because sometimes what will happen is someone will reach out to you via chat, but they'll also reach out to you via email. So then I'll see the email first, or I'll see on Shopify chat they're no longer online. So I'll go ahead and reply to the email. They'll reply back to the email immediately. And then nothing is replied on the Shopify chat because I'm communicating them via email. So if I don't keep record, I may easily forget that I've messaged that person back via email, because when I pull up my Shopify inbox, it looks as if I didn't message them. And so being able to mark it closed definitely helps streamline the conversations. And also it just makes it more seamless and efficient, in my opinion, to kind of know where you are in the conversations. One thing that I've learned being in business is that organization is really, really key. I was not that organized in my earlier years of entrepreneurship, I'm not going to lie. And I'm still on an ever-going journey to become more organized and to become better each day. But I can say that when you are organized, when you do have things streamlined, when you do have a process that you are trying to stick to and implement, it definitely helps your workday go a lot smoother. And it also helps you be able to build, in my opinion, more relationships with people, because people don't feel like they're a number. They feel like you actually are concerned about what it is they are interested in, because a lot of entrepreneurs don't keep records of who they talked to, what they talked about. And I don't think, all customers or potential customers are unreasonable and they're just wanting you to keep track of them just with your memory alone and just remember everything that you talked about. But I think that they are expecting some sense of professionalism, because that's what I would expect when I'm working with other people. So I just wanted to put that out there. All this information is available in the Shopify Help Center. So if you do want to go over this again, or if you have any additional questions, I kind of just skimmed through the video, skimmed through the Shopify Help Center so you can see what the updates are. And I kind of talked about some of them and also how they could be beneficial to your business. But if you have any additional questions, again, you can always go back to shopify.com, find the Shopify Help Center, and go ahead and pull this exact article up, as long as it's still available, of course. And then also, you can also reach out to Shopify with any questions. If you have any questions for me, please leave them down below. I will try my best to answer them. If I can't answer them, maybe someone else watching the video will answer for us. Ignore that low battery. My battery was dying at that point. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Shopify Inbox is a feature that you will need to, or that you can play along with when you do switch over to Shopify. I've gotten questions before, people asking, hey, I'm with another e-commerce site, but can I still use some of the features and functionalities and apps of Shopify? It just depends. It depends on which app. Some apps are not just for Shopify, but they actually are for, they're universal. They work with different platforms, and they can be integrated into different, e-commerce platforms as well. But some are strictly for Shopify. Shopify Inbox, just based on the name, Shopify Inbox, it's a Shopify application, so you will need Shopify to try it out. But like I said in the beginning of the video, if this is something that you want to try, you don't necessarily have to commit to Shopify long term. I mean, I have. I enjoy using it, so do my clients. However, I do encourage you to try it if that's something that's been on your mind. All you have to do is click the link down below this video and sign up. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.